Hello, my chalking friends. Welcome to Friday afternoon chalking. Hello, hello, hello. I'm making Maria. I am your Chalk Couture independent designer, and welcome to my live demonstration video. Today, we are going to create with our beautiful brush floral. I say it wrong every single time. Our beautiful brush floral background. Cute little welcome on a super cute little enamel tag, I guess, and a board. So that is what we are creating here tonight, or this afternoon. I always go live at night, so I apologize for going live a little bit early today, but I know I'm not going to be available this evening to go live, so I thought, well, what the heck, let's try going live a little bit earlier. I gave you so much warning, right? Like 5 minutes warning that I was going to go live early. You don't have anything else to do, right? But you know, pay attention to what Maria is doing. I know. So, welcome everybody. I'm making Maria. I'm a Chalk Couture independent designer. I use this amazing product to create, and I'm not going to find you, but so you have to say hi because I'm not finding you in my normal stuff. It still says that I'm live from, oh no, that's me right there. Okay, well, hello. Never mind. I am live. Okay, afternoon makes no difference. I'm just as crazy as I am at night. So welcome, welcome. So say hello. Tell me where you're from. I'm in a suburb of Milwaukee. Hello, Kathy K. Welcome. I'm addicted to this background. I'm usually addicted to all the backgrounds, but this is the brush floral script. It's very pretty. We made it on a lamp. This lamp right here. We did it the other day on a lamp. We've done it on a board and combined it with a very pretty D size transfer, the Ester transfer, if you recall. But tonight, we're going to make it simply as a background, and then we're going to create something over it and attach it. So that is my plan for this afternoon. It shouldn't take us very long. It should be a quick, easy little project, but I always say that, and then I start yapping, and then the next thing you know, it's 25 minutes later. Hello, Tiffany. Oh my gosh, Tiffany, we haven't seen you in a long time. How is Minnesota? I think you're in Minnesota, Tiffany. Welcome, welcome. All right, so, excuse me. Welcome, everybody. Let me get you to showing. So I'm going to show you how to use this amazing product called Chalk Couture. Chalk Couture makes adhesive silkscreen transfers. We make Chalkology paste. We also make ink. We make squeegees. We make surfaces. This is not a Chalk Couture surface, but we make surfaces. We have everything that you need to make crafting really easy, really fun, and pretty much foolproof, which is something that I personally need. So this is a very inexpensive square chalkboard that I have had for 3 years. It's 16 by 16 inches squared. Our transfer is an 18-inch square. This is a D-size transfer, but I'm making this really simple. Y'all know how much I love my black and white. I create a lot in black and white, and I do that for many reasons. First of all, it's my personal taste. I love black and white together. But it's also very forgiving when you're making things for other people. You don't have to be super concerned. Neutral is the word, not forgiving. It's very neutral. So it will pretty much go in anybody's home. If you stick with the creams, the grays, the blacks, and the whites, when you're creating projects for other people, it makes it really, really easy. Pennsylvania? Tiffany, why? Oh, Tammy Larson. She's Minnesota. I'm sorry, Tiffany. Welcome from Pennsylvania. But that's why I like to create in those tones. If I'm creating something specifically for my home that I know exactly where it's going to go, then I typically venture out into colors. Or if I'm doing, florals or something that really, is screaming, make me a color. But for the most part, I tend to stick to the neutrals because I love to create things, but I'm never usually quite sure where they're going to go. Like this sign, for example. I'm going to love this sign. I already know I'm going to love this sign because I love this background. I have absolutely no idea where I'm going to put it. So, you can only, my husband's kind of like, how many welcome signs are we going to put in this house? I'm like, we are a very welcoming home, don't you think, honey? Yeah, he thinks I'm crazy. All right, so we're going to stick welcome on this really cute little enamel oval, and we're going to put it over in the corner. So, black chalkboard, white chalk, white enamel, black welcome. That's where I'm going. So I'm going to take my transfer. I'm going to flip her over. This is a big transfer. It's a relatively new transfer. and it's super sticky, so I am going to fuzz it because the surface that actually maybe I don't need to fuzz it. It's not super sticky. But yeah, I have two of these. One of them is ridiculously sticky and this one's not so bad. I'm going to fuzz it anyway. Fuzzing is a step. You take a terry cloth towel and you touch it to your transfer, and it picks up some of the lint, which makes the transfer not have to work as hard. It also makes the transfer much easier to maneuver around because as soon as I lay it down, see how it doesn't stick immediately. Sometimes when you don't fuzz, you stick like the second you lay it down, and that can make it hard. All right, so I'm gonna line myself up. I'm using the bottom of the frame to kind of make sure that I'm straight in my placement. So I'm gonna line up the bottom and then I'm gonna fix the top. Again, my transfer is bigger than my surface. That's pretty good. So it does kind of like stick to my surface underneath, which is okay. So I'm going to start in the middle and I'm going to work my way out. It also has a lip on it because of the frame, so you do kind of have to pick up and get into that little lip area so that you make sure you don't have a bleed around the edge. But again, push it towards, you see what I'm doing? Yeah, push it towards the frame, and that will give you, you know, kind of the sealing that you need. You need to make sure you don't have any air bubbles, and you need to make sure that your transfer is sealed around the silk screens, because otherwise you get what's called a bleed. So I'm just kind of pushing it, you know, pushing it around the frame just to get it in there. So I'm practicing a little bit. I think I'm actually going to start going live during the day a little bit more, because I'm finding my family is getting very busy at nighttime. And it's getting harder and harder to go live at night. So I think I might start a few more daytime lives. Maybe not every night, every day, because I'm kind of used to going live at night. All right, so I'm smoothing out my air, making sure I don't have any air bubbles, that my transfer is all good and stuck. I'm not worried, like I have an air bubble right here. I'm not worried about that air bubble because it's not in a silk screen. It's the ones that are around your silk screens that you have to be concerned with, because you just really want to make sure you're good and sealed. If you're not sealed, you'll get a bleed, because again, I'm creating on a chalkboard. That's an easy remedy. I'll just wash it off. So I'm going to just use plain old everyday white. It's our bright white Chalkology paste. My kids are starting to come home from school, so if you start hearing things, I'm getting little people. I have one home already, but the other ones are coming. So I just put big old blobs of chalk paste on here, knowing that this is way, way more chalk paste than I need. I'm going to use our 4-inch handled squeegee because it's going to make super quick, super light work of this transfer. And I'm going to be done pretty darn fast. So just make sure you get in those edges. Otherwise, you know, you look funny as you go. This is way too much chalk paste. I'm gonna look at the big old blobs I have. But I come from the school of, it's better to have too much, because you can very easily remove it. And this 4-inch handled squeegee makes this very easy to do. So I take all this excess, because look at how much excess I have on here, and you just swoosh it right back into your container. And then you're not wasting it, but at the same time, you've made your project really easy to create. All that excess, just put it back. You just don't want to waste the paste. Get around my edges, because that's where I tend to leave, you know, big old blobs. And that's usually not a big deal, except sometimes it makes it harder to wash your transfers off because you've got big old blobs of paste. So I have this one little section over here. I want to make sure I get in there. Okay. And I'm ready to pull my transfer off. You do not want to pull your transfer diagonally. You want to pull it from the middle because it is fabric and you do risk stretching it. Oh, I love black and white? Don't you love black and... Oh, now I have chalk paste all over me. Don't you love... Look at how... Oh. I have one little bleed over here. But I can easily... Oh, isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to take it to my sink when we're done. And I'm going to rinse it out with cool water. And stick it. There we go. I'm going to rinse it out with cool water. And then when it's dry, I'm going to put it back on a spacker sheet. And it's good to go to be reused on something else. So this transfer makes really pretty things, right? So we made the lamp. You can see the lamp, right? Yep, you can see the lamp. So I made the lamp the other day with it. We've made it on boards like this. Make a beautiful pillow. It would also look really cool on the back of a jean jacket or on like a canvas bag. There's just all kinds of ways I think to create with this transfer and end up with really pretty results, because I think, well, one more thing. You can also watercolor this transfer very easily. So because I have the outline of a flower, I could do that, and then I could water down my chalk paste and I could color this in with chalk paste. And if I colored it in, I would have a very pretty filled in floral. I've got chalk paste all over me. Don't ignore me. I've got chalk paste on me. So I'm going to set this aside real quick. And I'm going to take our little, oops, I've got chalk paste on my finger. I'm going to take my little enamel guy. And we're just going to slap a quick welcome on this, and then we're going to place that while we're doing this. My chalk paste is drying. Chalk paste does dry extremely quickly, so it doesn't take that much to get it to dry. Where's my black? Here's my black. Now we're going to use black velvet. I'm going to just take a little tiny mini squeegee, because this is going to, I'm not even going to water down my paste, which I should do, but I'm not going to, because it's going to take 2 seconds to do this. And I'm going to go whoosh, like so. Put my excess back in my container. Smooth out any lines that I might have created, just so that I make sure I have smooth texture on the top. Pull this off. Oh, I love these little enamel guys. I'm going to set that aside now. Always wipe off my squeegees and stuff when my chalk paste is wet. It's much easier to clean them up. You can clean them up when it's dry. It just goes faster and easier, and I'm all about what's the easiest way with less effort on my part. Okay, so I'm going to close up my chalk paste. Need to do my white as well, which my chalk paste container is full of chalk, so now I'm full of chalk. It washes right off, which is one of the nice things. Like, for example, I've got it all over the front of my shirt. It comes right off in the washing machine, so I don't worry about, again, it's a very forgiving craft. So I don't worry about getting it on things because it does come off. Sometimes, you know, if you're using like a red or a blue, the pigment can stick around, but not usually. Okay, so I'm washing my stuff off, getting it all off of me. Covering up my chalk paste. You don't want to leave your chalk paste wide open. Okay, there's chalk paste on this container somewhere. Because every time I touch it, I end up with chalk paste. So I had a meeting this morning. We're planning our second virtual girls' night in. Oh my gosh. It's going to be just as much fun as the first one. We've had so much fun with this group of women where we're doing these virtual events. It's just way too much fun. All right, so we have our board, which I can kind of put it any way I want. It does have hangers, so it's meant to go this way, but I could totally move my hangers. And then we're just going to put our little welcome. Probably down here, so I probably want to go this way with it, right? But then I feel like my flowers are upside down if I do that. I want to make sure my chalk is just not 100% dry. Hey, Darlene, welcome! Just going to help it out a little bit and dry it. Chalk paste does dry very quickly, so it's not like, you know, you're going to create a project and you have to set it aside for 3 hours or 2 hours or 1 hour. Usually within, 10 minutes you're completely dry, unless you want to speed the process up. And if you want to speed the process up, just use a hairdryer You don't need the heat, you just need the air. So I'm just kind of drying where I want to set the enamel. Make sure that it's dry before I set it down. Does it look upside down to you? I mean, we could put it anywhere. I don't want to cover up the pretty flowers. Where are my actual hangers? Oh, this is where the hangers are. If I did it this way, and I could cover up my bleed too. Hang on, let's try this. I'll show you how to fix the bleed, even though I'm probably going to cover it up, so it doesn't matter. Okay, let me show you how to fix the bleed first. So when you have this, what that means is I didn't have a seal on my silk screen, or I had an air bubble, one of the two. And when I did it, I pushed the chalk underneath the silk screen with the air. So I just take a little Q-tip, I just get it damp. I don't want it wet, I just want it damp. And you can just wash it off. That's one of the beauties of chalking on a removable surface. So chalkboards, galvanized metal, enamel, all those kinds you can. So see, I can totally clean this up. I'm gonna not clean it up because I'm gonna cover it up, so why waste the energy, right? And again, I'm all about what's easy. And I can clean it up anytime, so I could leave it for 3 months and decide I want to clean it up later. And the other thing that you can do when it's dry is you can take your fingernail and probably chip it off too. Okay, so I'm going to leave it for now because I'm going to just cover it up like so. And this is our super cute little welcome sign. It's a 16-inch square with a very pretty little welcome on it. What do you think about it here where this flower is? Anybody got an opinion? Should I switch it around, you think? I mean, I could, well, actually, I could do that. I could put my welcome up on top. I don't have to put my welcome below. I could put my welcome right there. For some reason, I always put things down here in this corner. Does anybody else have that where you find when you do something, you always tend to do it the same way? Oh yeah, I'm crazy. All right, so I'm gonna continue to work on my bleed then. So see, I can just take my fingernail and go right around and get all that, like the thicker excess off, and then I can go around. Hey, Jessie, welcome. And that'll fix my bleed, and then I can go back in with the damp Q-tip and take the pigment off. So lots of possibilities, and for me, the messy crafter of the world, this is an easy craft. Darlene, where? In the upper corner or the lower corner? Which one you like best? I'm sorry, with the Facebook delay, I see your comment much later than you said it. So see, just clean it right up. Just wash this right off. With a big transfer, sometimes you have to take your time in making sure you get all the air out, and I'm just upper corner. Darlene likes the upper corner. I don't mind it there. And it's not someplace that I would normally put it. So it's kind of nice to have a little variety, right? When you do something the same way all the time, sometimes you got to live on the edge, people. Geez Louise, it's Friday, right? Okay. So notice how my bleed is cleaning right up. Again, when you're creating on a chalkboard, this makes it very easy to do that. If I was doing this on fabric, not so much. But galvanized metal, enamel, glass, any kind of metal, it just cleans right up when you make a mistake. Or I could wash the whole thing off and start over, but it's not a big enough bleed to worry about that. And you get to that point where you're the only one that notices because you made it. In fact, I made a sign this morning, or last day. When did I make it? I gave it to the person this morning. And I look at it and I think, oh, there's a mistake on there. I shouldn't give it to her. And she never even saw it because she didn't make it. Okay. There we go. My bleed is all cleaned up. So, I kind of like it there. Could even go over a little more. So, we could put it down lower. Or up our, yes, living on the edge, I'm watching you. Ooh, Darlene, you're being sassy watching me at work. I think it goes there, right? A little higher. And then I'm just going to hot glue it down. It has little, you know, to put screws in, but I don't want to screw it through the board. I could, but I don't want to. Okay, my bleed is all cleaned up. It's one of those things, walk away. I'll just keep working at it. So this is fun little, actually maybe I should come in a little more, right? I'm trying to be careful not to scrape my chalk paste with the enamel. So you don't want to slide your enamel across because it will just there we go. Walk away, Maria. Looks good. Leaving it there. All right, so this is our fun little project for the day. I'm making Maria. I am your Chalk Couture independent designer. Thank you for hanging out with me today. So I won't be making a live tonight. This is my live demonstration for the day. I do a live demo every day with the exception of Saturdays. Tomorrow's Saturday, so there won't be a demo tomorrow, but I will be back at you on Sunday. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you learned a little bit about how to use this amazing product. If you have any questions, feel free to message me, or if you want to check out the product, you can go right to www.chalkcouture.com/makingmaria. And you can see the brush floral script and the welcome trio. This is actually part of a transfer, an A-size transfer, nice little transfer. Comes with 3 words. Hello, welcome, and gather. It's a very nice little transfer, and I use this transfer all the time because I'm always making welcome signs, as my husband can adjust to. Have a fantastic weekend. I will see you guys Sunday night. Thanks, guys.